I guarantee you the Rockets going to lose this game. They came out full of energy because they've been embarrassed because everybody been killing them on TV. But I'm guaranteeing you the Rockets are going to lose this game, and they're probably going to lose the game by 10 points.
Or they're going to win it by 1.
It wasn't for lack of effort. It wasn't for lack of effort.
But here, just 3 words.
I was wrong.
And you knew what the 3 words I was going to request.
But let me tell you something. That wasn't for lack of effort. Tried to wrap it up.
Inside the NBA, presented by Kia, comes your way next. We've got all the highlights and the analysis from these guys. A thrilling finish.
Great finish.
That's 3 one-point games. They had a lot of blowouts.
Say it, Kenny.
In the playoffs, but 3 one-point games now.
Say it, Kenny.
What am I supposed to say? Clutch City is back.
Clutch City is back.
Clutch City is
Come on,
back.
Kenny.
97-96.
Give them their props, Kenny.
Houston.
They had a great game today, and I'm happy for the Rockets. I'm happy for the Rockets.
It's Inside the NBA, presented by Kia. We have Thursday off. Friday off, and here's what ESPN's got Friday. Cavs and Pistons, followed by Spurs and Grizz, and ESPN2 has the Hawks and the Celtics. That is your Friday schedule. We come back at you Saturday afternoon. And that will be the Raptors and Pacers, followed by the Heat and the Hornets. 2:30 pregame show, and that first game at 3 o'clock. Go back to the Toyota Center, and they win it 97-96, Chet. What a finish.
Great finish. You know, the one thing that Golden State does is, because they've created such a style of play, they know what to do regardless of who comes in. So they're not changing up their style. And a lot of teams, you know, Charles and I, we always talk about, you know, if you don't have a style of play, you can't win in the NBA. So they have a style. So guys come off the bench and they say, well, I'll fit in this role. Maybe I won't have 17 shots like Steph Curry, but I'll get 5 or 7 good ones because I know where they're coming from and I know what to expect. That's why throughout the game, and that's why at halftime, I think, Charles, you were like, they're going to come back because they're really getting the shots that they
just
want.
couldn't make a shot.
They just couldn't make the shots. And even when they had it down to 1 and they missed 2 threes wide open.
Yeah. But, you know, the thing is, I think the most underrated part of this team is their bench. And I'm not even talking about Ian Clark. Spates. And let me tell you something. Spates,
Barbosa in the past.
Barbosa, but Sean Livingston to me is the most valuable player coming off the bench in the NBA. Like he plays great defense. He plays great offensively. Like he's not in the conversation because, you know, you talk about 6 man of the year, but to me, he is the best guy coming off the bench in the NBA.
Even better than a guy like Enes Kanter in Oklahoma City?
Well, I like Enes Kanter, but they never go.
Better than Jamal Crawford?
Yeah, he's better than Jamal Crawford. No, just because he's one-dimensional. He's just a great offensive player, Jamal is. But this guy's offense and defense. And Kanter, they're not going to pass him the ball. So he could be much better. Kanter could if they would ever pass him the ball in Oklahoma City.
Golden State without Steph Curry falls 97-96. Steve Kerr definitely answering the question that was going to be on the lips of a lot of reporters and on the minds of a lot of folks was, you lose a game now, and you've said all along that Steph Curry will play when he's available to play, when he is healthy, and he reiterates it right there. And so we'll see if his availability for Game 4 Sunday in Houston.
As bad as they played, they were 6 for 25 for 3. You go 7 for 25, you win the game. You go 8 for 25, you win the game. Golden State's in the locker room saying, we didn't shoot the ball well. We know we can beat these guys. Houston's in the locker room saying, oh, we played with great enthusiasm. We played with a lot of energy. They still took a lot of unadvised hero shots, but they won the game. So the key for Houston is to come out with great energy, home, clutch city, maybe not, but they still have to be smart. You know, when you get a 16, 17-point lead, you can't mess around with Golden State because they will come back. But Golden State will definitely not shoot 6 for 25 on Sunday.
If you look at this game, you got to be encouraged if you're the Warriors. You know, first of all, they found another player, Ian Clark, that's going to help them deeper in the playoffs. I mean, he hadn't really played the first couple of games and made a difference. He came into a pressure-packed game and contributed. So now if you're Steve Curry, like, okay, first of all, when Steph, he might not get to play as much when Steph comes back, obviously, but you got another guy, because this is a long thing, man. The playoffs last 2 months. And as many bodies as you have, that's only better. So I feel pretty good if you're the Golden State Warriors after this game.
Ian Clark had 11 off the bench. They fall by 1. Klay Thompson had made a 3 in 31 straight postseason games, but 0 for 7 from deep tonight. Hey, this stayed in NBA history.
First of all, you can't call yourself ace.
Do you want to say something about anybody else?
No,
in his family?
No.
Ace, your mama.
Your mama wears this.
Yo, mama,
When we come back, the Mavs.
A nice lady, Ace. Your mama's a nice
The
lady.
Thunder get it back in Game 3 in Dallas. Game 4 is Saturday right here on TNT from the Fieldhouse. You had a question for the Jet?
The Jet and Shaq can answer also. You go back and look at, we watched all three of those games, and Paul George dominated game 1, and Toronto's obviously won the last 2. Other than Paul George, who has to play well for Indiana? Because other than the one game he went crazy in game 1, ain't nobody on that team really did anything. Who's the next 2 guys on Indiana who have to do something to help Paul George?
Oh, let me take a look, and I think I'm going to say it, Ernie, and I think it would be the Miles guys.
Miles
Turner.
And C.J. Miles?
C.J. Miles.
Okay.
Those are the 2 guys. I think the Miles guys have to, because C.J. Miles can spread the floor. When he gets rolling, he spreads the floor, and that leaves more operating room for Paul George.
How about Monte?
No, I don't think it's as important.
Oh, yeah.
For me, I don't think it's as important because he doesn't spread the floor for Paul. And then Miles Turner establishes an inside post, so now you have to double and you have to be in rotation to Paul George. So when those 2 guys play well, to me it's better when, if Monte Ellis plays well, he doesn't help George play well. He just plays well and helps the team, but it doesn't make Paul George a better player. It just makes the team a little bit better.
Great answer, but the Miles guys are too young. Monte Ellis and George Hill, they've been around the block. They know better. They definitely need to play well. Paul George needs help. Monte Ellis does at times go crazy, but if he's putting it in the basket, Paul can rest a little bit and then take over the game, especially in the fourth quarter. So I got to go with the veterans. Veterans always got to step up and play well, especially at home.
I do. I think it's Monte Ellis, but also I think the big guy, he's young, first time in the playoffs.
Played well today, though. I mean, statistically,
but he's
17 and 8.
Yeah, but when you're getting blown out, I throw those.
Yeah.
When you get numbers when the game is already decided, I don't look at that. But I do. I think it's Monte Ellis, but I think they got to have a big guy. He's got to play. There's got to be Miles Turner.
And Toronto plus 32 rebounding in the series. Also, when we have the Western Conference Finals, that's when we're going to see the premiere of the Dunk King.
I can't say anything.
Remember?
Bullet last night.
The Dunk King.
No, when I tried to say something last night, how great the Dunk King show
Because I was talking about
talking
about Tom Thibodeau at the same
But
time.
you had just showed the Dunk King highlight, and I want to say when we first
why are you even going back to that?
No,
You
because
need a man.
you hurt my feelings last night.
The last thing I'd ever want to do is hurt
But
your
then just say
feelings.
I apologize, Charles.
I apologize for hurting your feelings
Okay,
and
thank you, Ernie.
for the fact that you're so stinking sensitive. Here is the Dunk King.
Man, some tissue.